What is poppin', everybody? We are back with another video, and in today's video, what I have done is I've taken every single player in FC25 and I've split them up based on the first letter of their name. So, I've made a team of all the best players that start with the letter A, all the best players that start with the letter B, C, on and on and on, and you'll see what the teams are. I've created 20 teams to put them in the Premier League so we can see who can win the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, and then last but not least, the Premier League. And I know what you're wondering. Why is there only 20 teams? I'll explain it quickly. Some letters just don't have as many good players as the other ones. Like the letter Q, I think the highest rated player that has the letter Q is like a 78. And then moving on to like an X or a Y, there's just not enough players to make a full team that would even like compete in this level. So some letters that didn't have as many players, I combined them. So you'll see a team like XYZ. They're all together, but you'll see some other ones when we get into it. But before we get into it, I need you to do two things for me. I first need you to smash that like button, and then secondly, I need you to smash that subscribe button because we are on the road to 2,000 subscribers, and I put so much work into this video. It took me a few hours to set it up, so it would really mean a lot if you would consider hitting that subscribe button. But yeah, I think without further ado, we are ready to start into the teams. Starting off with the A team. Here they are. I mean, it's a pretty good team. The defense is solid. You have Ake, Araujo, Alaba, Trent, Alisson in net. And I mean, it's a really solid team. Maybe it's not the best we've seen, but I like the look of it. And yeah, it's a really good team. Moving on to the B team, here they are, and it's another really good team. You have a midfield of Brandt, Barella, and Bellingham with Bastoni and Bremer behind them. That is really good. Benzema up top as well. It's a very solid team, and I'll just show you, a lot of these teams have very big benches. Like, the bench goes on for as many like B players as it could go. I try to fill up every single squad to as much as they could. So yeah, very good team. This could be a possible favorite to win it. Here is the C team, and I mean, obviously I had to put them on Chelsea because, let me just say, I alphabeticalized each team. I put them on a team, so Arsenal, Borussia Dortmund, Chelsea, I don't know, I just wanted to do that. It would look cool, but here is the C team, and I mean, maybe it's not the best team, but it's still a very solid team. You have Çalhanoğlu, Caicedo in the midfield, Carvajal, Cancelo on the outside backs, Courtois in net, and it's a very good team. I'd expect this team to like go top 6, top 7, but there are some other really good teams that we're going to get into after this. Moving on, here is the D team. This is one of my personal favorites. I mean, look at this team. Dembele, Dovbyk, Diaz as your front three. Dybala, De Bruyne, and De Jong as your midfield. DiMarco, De Ligt, Ruben Diaz, Dumfries, and Donnarumma is an insane team. And I mean, this team is really good. I think it'll go top 3, top 4. But yeah, it's really good. Move on to the next. Here is the first team where I had to combine 2 letters together. This team is the E and the F team. I mean, I tried my best to like make it into like as best as possible. And I put it on Eintracht Frankfurt because it's literally EF, which, you know, it's just something that it made it look cool. But here is the team. I mean, you have Fernandez, Foden at the cams, Enzo, Fred in the midfield, Frimpong. You got Ederson in goal. It's a pretty decent team. The formation's a bit wonky, but it's still a solid team. Is it the favorite? No, but it's a good team. Yeah, let's go. Moving on to the G team, and I mean, this team is pretty good. It has Griezmann and Gyökeres up top. That's probably one of the best attacking lines we've seen. Grimaldo, Gnabry, Guimaraes, Garcia in the middle, and I mean, the defense, it's still good. You have Gabriel Gavardio there as well, Jimenez, Gusto with Galacci in goal. It's a solid team. Is it the favorite? Again, probably not, but it's a team that you'd expect to do well in this because it's better than some other teams. Here is the H team, which I might have a little problem with because you have some great players. You have Haaland, one of the best players in the game. I'll top with Havertz, which kind of weighs him down a bit. And then in the back line, you have Hakimi, Hummels, and then you have the 2 Hernandez brothers, which is really good. That's probably one of the better back lines. But then the midfield is just lacking. You have 80, 81, 81, and 82. And the 83 rated goalie, I don't know. This team, it could have been much better. But unfortunately, you have Havertz up top trying to support Haaland. So it's as good as it can be. Unfortunately, Havertz. Am I a salty Chelsea fan? Yes, but still, Havertz, L. Here is the next mixed team. It is a mixture of I and J. There are not enough players, and even combined, this team isn't too great. You have Isak and Jota on the front, but low-key, that's about it. I mean, the team elsewhere is just, it's not the best. There's James in the middle, there's Isco, Joelinton, but this team is probably one of the weaker teams, one of the bottom half teams, I would say. It is only 4.5-star teams, so It's not the greatest. Unfortunate. Apparently not that many I and J names. But yeah, that's it. Here is a sneaky good team in my opinion. It's the K team. You have Kulusevski, Kane, Kavica, Kvaratskhelia. The double K just makes it perfect. In the midfield, you have Kimmich and Conte holding it down, supported by Konate, Koundé, Kim Min-jae, Kobel, Kadioglu's there as well. And this is a really solid team. This is probably one of my more top tier teams in this video. K apparently is just a really solid name to have. But I mean, my last name starts with a B, so I would be biased towards the B team, but this K team's low-key making me want to switch sides. Here is the L team, and I mean, it's not my favorite, I'll be honest. Lewandowski and Leao are there, which makes it boosts my points up a bit. But the rest of the team is a bit, you know, weak. You got Leno in goal, who's decent. Lenormand, Laporte in the center backs. It's all right. Lodi, left back. Limer, right back. It's decent. It's not the greatest, though. There could be much better. And, I mean, it's all right. But we're now going to move on to my favorite. Get ready for this. The M team. Because this team is honestly, it's disgusting. We'll take a look at it right now. Right here on Man United. I mean, look at this team. What is this? You have Mbappe, Lautaro Martinez, Messi, Musiala, Modric, McAllister, Mendy, Militao, Marquinhos, Mazraoui, Maignan in goal. But actually, I have to show you the bench on this. Look at this bench. You have Harry Maguire on the bench. I mean, how crazy is this team? Look how deep the bench goes. M is just too insane. I don't know why so many people have the last name with M in it, but that is crazy. Like, this team is probably the best team of the video. They're my top favorites to win. And I mean, that it's just simple as that. This team is disgusting. Moving on though to the N team. Here they are. This team, it's all right. It's all right. You have Nkunku, Neymar, Neto, Nunez, Neres. But you only have Nelson, Niakate, and Dika as the three center backs, which isn't great. Neuer, you have the aging Neuer. Maybe if it was a few years back, this team would be better. But it's a bit weak. Not the greatest. Let's just move on before we, like, you know. Here is the O team, and I mean, it's a decent team. It's not the best, not the worst. It's more middle of the pack. You have Oblak, Orban, Otamendi. The defense is pretty weak. Midfield, Otavio, Odegaard is decent. But the front line is the strong part of this team. You have Olise on the right, Osimhen and Openda as the two strikers, which is very good. Oyarzabal on the left is pretty decent. It's, you know, it's a decent team. Nothing too good. Now, moving on to the P team. This would be my team if we were doing it on first names, but we were doing it on last names, so it wouldn't be. It's a pretty good team. I mean, you have two of the GOATs, Cole Palmer and Christian Pulisic, so obviously this team is going to win everything. But other than that, this team is, it's all right. You have Pedri, unfortunately, playing left wing. There's only one striker that's 80 rated. That starts with a P, Pavlidis. I've never heard of him before, but seems all right. Pacho Pereira as the two center backs could be better. Pavard Porro on the fullbacks is decent. Provedel in net. It's all right. It could be better, but Palmer and Pulisic carry to the top. Moving on to the R team. The Q team is skipped because there's no players that start with Q, like I said. But here it is. It's another one of my favorites to win this. You have Rodrigo, Cristiano Ronaldo, Rafinha leading the front line because that is really good. In the middle, you have Rabiot, Rodri, Declan Rice as the midfield. That's also decent. Robertson, Rudiger, Romero, round with Raya in the net. It's another really good team. This is probably, I'd say, if it wasn't my, no, it's not my number one because that's still the letter M, but it's a solid number 2 in my opinion. It's a good team. S is for Spurs, and I mean, it's also a good team. There's some parts that are lacking, but overall, you have Salah up front with Saka. I mean, you can't just, like, unfortunately, Salah and Saka both play on the right, so Salah had to go up top. Son is there, Xavi Simons, Bernardo Silva, Schlager in the midfield, Luke Shaw hasn't played a game and I don't even know how long. He's been filming too many TikToks recently. Singo on the other side. The fullbacks is probably the weakest spot. But the center backs and goalie, Saliba, Schlotterbeck, and Sommer is really good. That is probably another top 5 team in my opinion, but still not good enough to beat the M's. Here are the T's, and I mean, I like this team. It's not a favorite, but it's alright. It's decent. Trossard, Thuram, Sayankov as the front line. You have Ta and Tamori as the backfield. followed by Ter Stegen. And also, let me know what you thought about Ter Stegen. I don't know if he was supposed to go with the T's or the S's, because, you know, like, it is Ter Stegen, but the T is lowercase and the S is a capitalized, so I don't know where his last name really counts as, but I just said Ter Stegen because it just made more sense. You don't call him Stegen, you call him Ter Stegen. You know what I mean? Yeah, you get it. Anyways, that's a good team. Oh, moving on, though, to the next combined team of UNV. Here it is. Honestly, it's a pretty good team. You have Vinny and Vlahovic leading the line. Valverde, Vitinha, Ugarte in the midfield. Virgil van Dijk, Van de Ven, Upamecano. That is an insanely fast back line with Vasquez and Udogi and Vicario. I like this team. I think it's really good. It's another one of the cooler teams where, I mean, I tried a different formation than just the 4-3-3, and it looks cool. I think it's just Venezia makes kits and, like, things look cool, but still, solid team. But we move on to the last one. I lied. This is actually the second to last one. Here is Team W, probably one of the weaker teams. I mean, you have those Williams brothers on the wings, which is cool. You have Watkins up top with Verts behind him. But then other than that, the team kind of falls apart. You have Ben White, but that's it, really. Like, I mean, you have a 76 rated keeper, which isn't the greatest. But I'll be honest, it's probably going to finish in the bottom, like, 5, I'd say. Here is the final team. It is a mixture of X, Y, and Z. And I mean, there aren't that many of each letter. There's barely any X's. I think it was really just Xhaka. There's a few Y's with like Yamal and Yere. And then there's the most Z's. You have Zapata, Zakanyi, Zinchenko. Who else? There's Zaire Emery, Zelensky. But it's not that great of a team. This will probably be, not even just because they're X, Y, Z, and that's the last of the alphabet. I think this team is just the weakest, and I think it will come last. Hopefully they prove me wrong. But now that I've shown you all the teams, we have one thing to do. I'm now going to put all of these teams in the Premier League. We're going to simulate till the end of the season to see who can win the 3 trophies in the Premier League. I have put a few teams in the Champions League. That doesn't really matter, though, because I've pretty much extracted every single big club's players to put on these teams. So, we are now going to see, well, let's get to the simulation. We are ready to start the simulation, but before I simulate, I just wanted to show you how I did, like how much effort I put into this. Look, it literally goes down the table in alphabetical order. Come on, give me some respect. You have Arsenal, A, B, C, D, E, and F, G, H, and I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, no Q, R, S. Nope, never mind. I messed it up. I tried my best, but for some reason, why is it, wait, why is it Spurs? I get it's Tottenham, but it says Spurs. EA messed me up. I'm unhappy now. What the, no, EA, I put so much effort into this, and EA just wants to, they just don't want me to be happy. That's just what it is. Anyways, now, EA made me frustrated, but now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna simulate till the end of the season, and then we will see who will win the Premier League. Let's get into it. EA, you made me mad. That's all I can say. The simulation has finished, and we are ready to get straight into it. I mean, let's take a look at it. Starting off, the W team finishes last. I mean, partially expected. The N team finishing 19th. I didn't expect that. I thought they had at least a decent team. They weren't that bad, but apparently so. The XYZ, the team I predicted to finish last, does finish in 18th, which is still pretty close to last, but better than I expected. The E to the F team, yeah, they were all right. They did nothing like too bad. It's the teams that are mixed, like the IJ team, the EF team. They're both there. They're not that great. It's unfortunate. The L team finishes 15th. They were all right. Nothing too crazy. The O team finishes 14th. They were decent as well, but like they were better teams, definitely. Moving on, the B team, I'm surprised finished this low. They had players like Bellingham. They had freaking Barella. They had a lot of other good players, but apparently not good enough. Moving on to 12th is the U to V team. It was a decent team. They had Vinny, they had Vlahovic, they had Valverde, but not enough to do better. 11th is the S team, and I mean, I thought they would finish much better than that. They had a lot of good players, but apparently not. Salah, Son, and Saka just couldn't do enough. 10th is the G team. They were all right. They were pretty good. They had Gyökeres, and they had, who else? Griezmann up front. So decent. They were pretty good. 9th is the D team. Honestly, I thought they were pretty good as well. They had De Bruyne, De Jong, and Dybala as their midfield trio. I thought it would be better than that. Moving on though, 8 is the A team. Honestly, their A team was good, but there were a lot of other better teams, so this makes sense. Moving on to the H team. Wow, okay, Haaland somehow leading his team to do pretty well. All right, I'm proud of him. All right, 6th is the P team. Alright, they were a pretty good team. They were lacking in some spots, but they did good enough to make it to 6th. Good for them. 7th is the T team. Another pretty good team. Honestly, I didn't expect them to do this well, but we now move in to the big 4. Who is 4th? 4th is the R team. Honestly, I predicted them to finish 2nd, but they did not. We are down to, I think, the P team, the M team, and somebody else. I don't know. Who is 3rd? 3rd is the M team. No way. No way the M team finishes 3rd. That does not make any sense. I don't know how that happened, but apparently so. That is crazy. All right, so we're down between the C team and I don't know what other team. So I guess we're about to find out who has won it. Let's go. In 3, 2, 1. The C team beats the K team to the Premier League title by just 3 points. That is crazy. The K team did a lot better than I expected. They had a good team, but I didn't know. And the C team actually did better than I expected at all. Like, I love the C team because they're on Chelsea, but still, I thought there was much better teams like the M team and the R team. But apparently I was wrong. That goes the Premier League to the C team. But we now check the Carabao Cup. Who won that? It goes to the P team. They beat the H team in the finals. All right. Good trophy for them, Carabao Cup. Let's see. There you can look at some of the other rounds if you want to check it out. But yeah, we now move on to the FA Cup, the final trophy of the C. Let's find out who won that. It goes to the K team. They beat the P team in the final. So the K team, the P team, and the C team had all of the probably the best performances of this video. Congratulations to them. Now we take a look at the top goal scorer. Rafinha for the R teams does it. Gyökeres is there. Kane is there, Taremi is there, Rodrigo is there. All right, good performances. Griezmann is there, Mbappe is there, Saka, Kane, Taremi again. So, pretty good performances all around. But yeah, that is the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Honestly, I don't know. This video was kind of long. I did spend a lot yapping about each team. So let me know if there's anything else I should do, because I think I low-key stretched out the first part of the video for way too long. So I do apologize for that. It might have gotten a bit boring, and I understand. If you clicked off, I'll be honest, I understand it. But if you stuck with me to the end, I really appreciate you. Please consider hitting that like button, smashing that subscribe button, because we're now on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And it would mean a lot if you did it. I will see you guys tomorrow because I post daily content. So, yeah, that is it. I will see you guys. Peace.